So this video is going to talk about what I'm seeing in construction and coming soon here on the west end of Allentown, Trexlertown, Briningsville, Macungie areas. First up is Home Depot. This location has been on again, off again for quite some time, but the signage is up now and there's lots of activity. So there is another Home Depot coming to the Lehigh Valley. This is right over on Hamilton Boulevard, and here's a map so you can see it. If you're familiar with the area, it's a little bit after the Walmart, but before you get to the Hamilton crossings. Okay, so if you were in a car, you would travel west, staying on Hamilton Boulevard, and in this space is where they're putting a Raising Cane's. If you're not familiar with Raising Cane's, they sell basically chicken fingers, chicken sandwiches, french fries. They have a secret sauce, coleslaw, and I think their signature item is their secret sauce as well as the Texas toast. So as you can see, it's right here in the Movie Tavern parking lot. The Movie Tavern has been here since 2018. I also found out that they will be putting a Wawa in this area too. I'm not exactly sure where. They also indicate that the Raising Cane's will feature a double drive-through. So it's going to be interesting. And for your reference, behind the Movie Tavern is the Walmart, and to the left of the Movie Tavern is Texas Roadhouse. That's what you see there. My office is actually really close to here too. Let's take a look at it on the map. And if you're curious, the Home Depot is just down the street. Well, it appears Chick-fil-A heard about the Raising Cane, and they have closed down for a few months, and they're doing some construction too. Chick-fil-A said, hold my beer. So I guess, they want to make sure that they're able to compete with the Raising Cane. So they're doing a little construction as well. Just kind of drove around in the parking lot there so you can get an idea of what Chick-fil-A is doing. According to my son, they're expanding their kitchen. He used to work there. But we also saw, it looks like they're building something over here. This building, or structure here looks like they're building some additional structure. I'm wondering if they're doing something to make it a proper 2-lane drive-through, because Chick-fil-A gets really busy. So if you're curious, here's a look at Chick-fil-A on the map. But how close is it to the new Raising Cane's and the Home Depot? Very close. I'm talking walk across the street kind of close. Okay, so for this next one, you should be sitting down. This is currently approved. It does have a lot of conditions, but this is a proposed town center to come to the Lehigh Valley. Let's take a look at what has been presented thus far. So in the space between Dorney Park and the Hamilton crossings is where they would like to put this Lehigh Valley Town Center. This area includes over 58 acres of land. Right now, it is approved as a mixed-use development, and they're hoping to make it a lifestyle center. There are 13 buildings in the current proposal. Let's go through those structures. Building number 1 is a 40,000 square feet retail anchor. This is probably something they would want to use to draw people in. Next up are buildings number 2 and 3. Right now they are slated to have retail on the first floor with offices above. For building number 4, they have proposed a gourmet grocer. I'm thinking maybe Trader Joe's or Sprouts, possibly something from the West Coast. We already have a Wegmans and a Whole Foods really close by, and I don't think that they would want to replicate themselves. Building number 5 would be a restaurant. Buildings number 6 and 7 are connected in an L shape. On the first floor, there will be retail. In building 6, there will be more offices above. And in building 7, there will be apartments above. Building number 8 would be another restaurant. Building number 9, first floor retail, more apartments above. Building number 10 would be a boutique hotel with up to 180 rooms. Building number 11, more residences, more apartments. Building number 12 is kind of a big deal. It's a 2-story Topgolf entertainment venue to include 72 hitting bays, a restaurant, and a bar. Can you imagine inviting family and friends here for the weekend and having this lifestyle center to take them to? I'm getting a little bit excited. Building number 13 would be another family entertainment venue. They wouldn't want it to compete with Topgolf, so I would think of something complementary. We do have an Urban Air and a Dave & Buster's, both close by, so I'm thinking they may go with a Legoland or a Lucky Strike bowling lane, something like that. So when you wrap that up, that's going to be 2 restaurants, a boutique hotel, a gourmet grocery store, a large apartment complex, Topgolf, along with 300 to 500 apartments. And then I've also seen that they could include a convenience store with 12 gas pumps. I don't know. There's lots of plans out there. Nothing's conclusive yet, but it's all a little dreamy. So after I got excited for all the potential growth and everything good that they presented, I also started to get a little nervous about traffic and what if it doesn't do well and what if it doesn't happen and how will it affect other businesses and restaurants and real estate. And then I had all the thoughts of doom and gloom, and I shook myself out of it and said, change is inevitable. Gotta adapt. So this thing happens. We all just adapt and move forward. We'll figure it out. And then I also noticed that in some of the readings, they did share 2 examples of mixed-use developments that have already been established. So I went to take a peek at those too. If you want to search for them, they are Avalon in Alpharetta, Georgia, and then also one named Fenton in Cary, North Carolina. If you've been to either of those, I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know about it. Good or bad, either way. And the rest of these pictures are just renderings of what they've drawn up for how they want it to look. I think the pictures really help you visualize it, and I think that might be what kind of got me so excited. Okay, I wanted to give you an idea of where this is on the map. It's just down from Dorney Park, but not quite as far down as the Hamilton crossings. And if you're curious where it is in relation to the Chick-fil-A, Home Depot, and the Canes, it's not far. I would say maybe 2 miles. And you would think I'm done with construction in the area, but I'm not. Let's talk about the shops at Hamilton. So the shops at Hamilton are basically like a spinoff of Hamilton Crossings. These are signs that are actually on the road. Well, this was in the winter. And then there's another sign that I photographed myself just this past weekend. They indicate that the shops at Hamilton are advertising for now. So I think this development is underway. It is due to include mixed retail, professional, office, and medical spaces. This one is also due to include a national hotel brand and 318 multifamily residential apartments. The multifamily, I was a little confused, so I looked it up. My thought was it meant varying sizes to accommodate different family styles or different size families to bring in variety, diversity. But I Googled it, and that's not exactly what they mean. They mean multiple buildings or separate structures. That's what I understood. If you zoom in on the plans of the apartment complex, the proposed amenities include bocce/pickleball courts, a dog run, a pool and sun terrace, a community clubhouse, community walking paths, and 10 buildings to house the 300 plus apartments. With the renderings I found online, they were in black and white, but they only showed images of the retail space. So that's what you're going to see here, how they plan to design the building face, or the area that will be facing the consumers. Is your chin on the floor yet? That was a lot to take in. From that, I realized that the Hamilton crossings must be a huge success. It's amazing to look at how much they want to grow the area. If you're curious at where the shops at Hamilton fall on the map, there you go. So I'm hoping that including the map images gives you an idea of where everything is in relation to each other. And now I want to take a minute to bring in everything else that we've discussed. If you look in the lower left, that's going to be the Chick-fil-A, Home Depot, and Cane's. If you're traveling east, you would hit the Hamilton crossings first. The shops at Hamilton would be across the street from the Hamilton crossings. And then further down, still traveling eastbound, you would reach the proposed Lehigh Valley Town Center. Okay, so moving on to something not so extravagant. This is just the Wawa on Route 100 in Shantz. So for a few weeks, the gas pumps were disabled. The inside was open, but you couldn't get gas. And what I noticed most was this. They were putting in all these cords. So I think this has something to do with, Wi-Fi technology or, the way that we use the pumps the most. But nobody asked me, and this is not official. I'm just taking a video and making my own judgments or making my own assumptions. Okay, and in keeping with the tradition of this video, here is Wawa on the map. And here is Wawa in relation to everything else that we have already discussed. Okay, moving over to Macungie, they are building a new Lehigh Valley Health Network, another satellite office. You've seen these before because there is one in the video for Lehigh Hills. There is a St. Luke's satellite office just down the road. I noticed they kind of go hand in hand. If there's a St. Luke's one, there's usually a Lehigh Valley Health Center one coming soon, and vice versa. It's over in the plaza where the Weiss Market used to be on Route 100. It's there between the Wawa and the post office for those locals who know the area. If you want to see it in relation to everything else, here it is. Okay, so the last thing that's close to me in the area is Parkland Pickleball Club. There's a big sign on Route 22 advertising that we will have a pickleball club in the area soon. Pickleball must be very popular. There are some free courts to use in the area. There's one over at Grange Park that I'm aware of, but I'm guessing they want to prepare for the winter. So if pickleball is your jam, we will have a club for you to use year-round. Would you like to see it on the map? It is going to be near 309 and 22. And here it is in relation to everything else that we've talked about. My name is Tiffany Nelson. I am a local realtor here in the Lehigh Valley area. If you need to buy or sell here, please reach out. I'm happy to help. Hey, you're still here. This is basically some video my daughter shot while I was driving. We are on Hamilton Boulevard. We're traveling west towards the new Chick-fil-A, the Raising Cane's, and Home Depot. We pretty much started at Brookside Road and we're going to end at Mill Creek Road. I thought it would be great to video because everything's changing so much that we would have this if we wanted to go and look back. And for those of you who used to live in the area and you watch the videos and you want to see, what's different, maybe this will give you an idea. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.